This episode is going to be focusing on the most recent exclusive, which was the demos kind of EP that I put out for the subscription. And I wanted to look into how I actually write a piece of music for a film, which is then kind of modified for a album release. The track is called Bait, and it's from the film Bait. And yeah, it's on my album Bait, and also there's the demo version on the Demos EP. So I'm going to be looking at how I played each part, how the track kind of came together from the different elements and that kind of thing. So here I've got open the projects for the track Bait, so you can see how it kind of looks on screen and everything. I've got it with the film file here. The original film file that I received from the director and the editor and the film production company was just a blank movie, no speaking or anything in this. This is the intro to the film, so there was nothing to go off at all in terms of sound or anything. It's just like a dead scene in terms of sound, with loads of like slow motion action and really cool visuals to go from. So I kind of had to start from scratch with this one and build a demo for it, which formed the basis of the Bait demo that's on the EP. So there's a couple of different cool elements here. I've got a really cool piano sound, which is here. And then I kind of started to jam around with a piano sequence that I kind of wanted to put an organic feel to the movie and have acoustic instruments as well as electronic stuff, because it's super dark but it's got a really human kind of tail to it. So I just chose three chords, F, G and D minor, and I just kind of like just jammed them over and over while I looped a bit of the intro for the film, just to kind of build up a sound palette. And the intro ended up sounding like this. It's just really simple chords, just two notes. And the bass is kind of moving upwards, and then add a C onto the last one. And then that kind of just progressed into something kind of like textural and layered. And then I added this really cool kind of vintage synth sound. Let me just delete the patch. And that ended up sounding, with the piano, kind of like this. So I kind of like started to build this like giant wall up, and it just continuously kept coming in. And then I added I wanted to have like a kind of a boom, like kind of like a ticking clock, but not high pitched, like a low pitch. So I put this giant kick drum in there and kind of laid it up a little bit. So it's this like momentum is going, and then with the organ, it kind of like pulses a little bit. And I think with the slow motion of the video, it sounds really interesting, and it kind of like has everything suspended in time, was my kind of main kind of like aim and focus for it. I had like pretty much free reign to do whatever I wanted with the film music, just kind of report back regularly. And it kind of worked out nicely. And then I had these vocals that I had stored away, and I put these this kind of like weird like howling in there, like wailing, which is like a really cool texture, I think. almost like the characters are kind of, that's what they're kind of saying, and like, yeah, it's kind of character noise. So yeah, it kind of, everything kind of came together quite slowly. So it was essentially just like a big jam session that I had to these pictures, and that's how I kind of got a demo going, and how I kind of build a track up. There is one other element in this which I'm going to play for you in a second, but I have to go and get the instrument, so bear with me. Okay, so the final piece of the bait puzzle was actually an acoustic guitar. And I had everything down, like the piano, the strings, the big bass drums, and the vocals, and some cool there's some cool like knife scraping sound effects in there, and other little drones that I had. But it wasn't quite organic as I kind of wanted it to be, and it didn't have this like tenderness that I was going for. So I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna play some acoustic guitar, and I just played the chords, just plucked them with fingers and like kind of easy power chords, because I'm not particularly amazing on the guitar these days, or back then a couple of years ago. So, and I just played. Just that into I think I had an iPhone microphone, iPhone voice recorder, and then that ended up in here with some delay. So not, I think it's actually on a Spanish guitar. So yeah, so it kind of has this texture to it. It's quite, I guess it's like nice and tender, and it has that attack to it that I was kind of focusing on. So when everything is kind of put together, it kind of sounds a bit like this. Then I just kind of go around, record, and then yeah, I guess I've got a demo. This track actually, it took quite a while to get something finished for the movie, because I had this like it was more ambient. It didn't really fit, so I did a couple of different takes of it, and then took the best bits, added the drums and that kind of thing. And I call those passes, so I'll do a pass. So first pass, second pass is first demo, second demo, and then eventually you get a track, or a film score, and then you turn the film score into a track, and then it gets on the album and everything. But essentially, yeah, this is how I write music, and it's a lengthy process, but it's super enjoyable, and I just love plugging myself into this world, and I plug myself into the computer, into the machines. I've got effects stuff behind me, instruments, and I just kind of enter the zone. But yeah, thanks for watching, and any questions or anything like that, just drop me a comment. I'll get back as soon as possible, probably straight away. And yeah, look forward to the next update, which is going to be coming this weekend. It's going to be a new EP on the exclusive, so 7-track EP of house and techno stuff. So stand by, and thanks again for the support. It means loads, and I'm fully back on the internet, which is good. But yeah, have a good weekend. See you soon.